There's a key trick that back in my financial planning days that it was a very common occurrence. What we would do a balance transfer on credit cards. So that's sort of getting into preparation before going for these loans. But what you can do is do balance transfers. So you might have a credit card with XYZ Bank, and you're paying a 20% interest rate on it because that's what credit cards generally charge, which is ridiculous. But you've got that 20%. That's actually affecting you paying down that debt. So if you do a balance transfer, other banks will actually entice you into their bank by saying, well, bring that debt over to us and you don't have to pay that interest component for 12, maybe 24 months. Mm-hmm. And what you're basically doing is using whatever money you're paying that interest in to pay down that principal, which helps you pay down that credit card faster. So that's basically reducing and consolidating that debt. And it's really important. Another way that you can go about that as well is if you've got things like car loans, personal loans, other credit cards, to try and consolidate them into one loan structure that has a lower interest rate.
Nice.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like refinancing multiple loans into one.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you've got a car loan, it might have a high interest rate, or a credit card. This is not financial advice at all, but it's just a strategy that can be put forward, and your mortgage broker and accountant, financial planner will be able to assist with that. But basically, you're really looking at the interest rate component of whatever debts that you've got. So you want to try and find the lowest debt possible, because that way it's going to have the lowest amount of, repayments. And with that, you're increasing your net cash flow, and the banks like to have a higher net cash flow. And by net cash flow, I mean what the cash you have on hand at the end of each week and each month. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. So that means decreasing the loan amounts and then also trying to decrease the interest charged.
Well, yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. Well, if you're consolidating, you still have the same debt amount. It's just that you won't have. Well, one, it's a lot more simple because you'll only have one debt to be repaying, and two, you'll have a lower interest rate component. Those that already hold property, like say it's a principal place residence or another investment property, strategies that have been used in the past are, basically refinancing that loan, because you've got a low interest rate because property is lower risk. It generally runs at, say, like a 3 to a 7% interest rate, whereas credit cards generally run around a 20% interest rate. What you do is just draw the equity that you have available out of that principal place of residence or other home. Take that 50 grand, pay off your credit card debt, your car loan, all those higher interest rates.
Gotcha.
So you're removing that liability, and then therefore you've got the higher component in your property loan.
Yeah.
But your interest rates, as I said, like say 3 to 7%, and then you're using that spare cash flow. And this is the key.
That's amazing. That's an amazing share. Like just the way I think about it as well is like you've got liabilities. So typically, what you're saying, consolidate or cancel and remove/decrease the bad debt, liability debt versus debt on assets, which is good debt.
Yep. And
you're taking equity out to pay off, say, a car loan and a credit card, just wiping that out, cleaning the slate, and then rolling that into a lower interest rate with just one debt.
Yep.
That's guys, that is massive.
Yeah.
You get Sam just rolls that off the tongue like it's nothing because he helps people make a lot of money in this game, but that is huge and can tap into that for sure.
Yeah. Well, a lot of financial planners, it's a pretty simple strategy, but as I say to people, you don't know what you don't know, and the world is set up for you. It's just my pessimistic view is businesses are there to make money from you, and in my eyes, it's there to set you up to fail. So they want you to have those higher interest rates because they're making money off you. It's your job to be smarter than them and find more savvy ways to either repay, cancel, or consolidate your debt, and then transfer those, non-productive debts into productive debts. And that's the whole purpose of, investing, especially in property.